Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. Hope everybody is having a good end to their weekend. This is going to be your weekly update. We're rolling Monday through the following Tuesday. That's tomorrow, Monday, October 12th, through the following Tuesday, October 20th. Yeah, 12/20. Tuesday, Mercury stations retrograde, backwards. Up through I think November 3rd, somewhere in there. I know at one point I thought it was the 9th, but it's not the 9th. It's before then. But anyway, let's see what we got going on for Taurus. I could say we got some changes coming up. Thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. I love you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you got some new people coming in. There's going to be some changes. Now, this is not anything, looking at that tower. This is not anything that you're directly involved in. Let me say it like that. Now, that's not to say you're not involved. You certainly will be, but the shakeup is good. The shakeup is good. That's the best thing. We're pulling the tower twice. I know I'm standing here looking at these cards. I already cut and shuffled and cut the cards. I'm sorry. I'm busy getting flooded with this doggone energy. So you got the tower twice. It's hidden causes. It's things behind the scenes that are going to just cause a general upset. For an example, company ABC being audited. Find out the lead accountant been embezzling money. They got to close your office for 3 or 4 days with pay. That part right there. So it's gonna be to your benefit. Short term, you'll see immediately, like the day off or the extra money or whatever, wherever it's coming from. You're gonna see it immediately, but you're not gonna understand the whole total situation. That's short term. Long term, you could be talking about looking for another job. There's some complications, but this is not because of anything that you did. For most of you, like I said, it's probably going to be something where you're indirectly involved. There's good things there. And maybe the shakeup is going to help you see what you can be doing versus what you are doing. It does have a little hint of lovey-doveyness in it, so it could be a shakeup where your partner might be trying to make some changes. So I'm just looking at tomorrow's energy, and I'm saying tomorrow, but it could be anytime. Time is fluid, so go with that part. But for some of you, it might just be that your partners are deciding on something else. Now, grandmama say, eat the fish and leave the bones. This ain't for everybody. This is people that are living together. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that because I know everybody. Did she say living together? Yeah, those of you that are cohabitating, and that's up to and including married. This is what happens in Mercury retrograde type energy. This is coming off as fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, anybody with that in their natal chart somewhere. With love, it could be a thing where your partner is ready to make some moves. They're ready to make some bigger moves maybe than you are at this point, and that might be the cause of some friction. And it's hidden. It's stuff you're not fully aware of or even aware of at all. It'll kind of come out of the blue with the, did you know I was thinking about moving to Colorado? And yeah, so depending on where you are in your relationship, it can have all kind of implications. let me go back. Looking at your overall energy, the front end, the 8 of Swords with the 10 of Swords on top, you may be feeling stressed out. And some of you may just, in a retrograde, this kind of happens. You kind of get some insecurities because so many things happen that just kind of test you. So you may be feeling just a bit a little bit stressed, maybe, sort of, a lot, overwhelmed, and trying to cope with this. Yeah, trying to cope with this as best you can with whatever energy is around you. For some of you, it might be the fear of moving on from a relationship or a person or a situation. There's that Tower. I have a feeling for those of you, this will fall into the other person wants to move away. There's another reason to that. Now, depending on where you are in your relationship with this person, and again, could be air too, air or water, but at any rate, there's hidden causes that you're just not going to know about. So, you know, somebody you might be dating, there may be a little bit of that there, but this is really resonating for people that are living together on the romantic issue. So that 8 of Swords and that 10 of Swords on the front end, just feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed. Just know all of this is temporary. All of this is temporary. None of this is going to be even going on by the time you get to Thanksgiving. So things may also be happening in a rapid succession. Not in the way of water, or I'm sorry, not in the way of fire, but more in the way of water. So if you've ever seen a stream rushing past, that kind of energy, things are just going to kind of be moving right along. The back end of your overall energy, the 7 of Wands with the Knight, on top of the Knight of Cups. You got a lot of stuff going on, and some of you are just like, fuck it, I'm going to stand up and do what I want to do. Some of you are getting a bit rebellious. And not in a bad way, but in love, it could be some of you are just feeling, you may not even know a Tower moment is coming, and you can just kind of feel it. Something else is going on. You may, a lot of you are in this energy where the fuck it, you bye, miss me with it, whatever. And that I'm picking up on this energy so strongly. I don't know who needs to hear it, but at any rate, it is strong. So follow your intuition. That Knight of Cups, if you aren't already, or if you aren't already trying to, know that all is well. Because as soon as something, if you've ever had a tooth that was just fucked up for whatever reason, abscess, whatever, and you know as much pain as you go through to get it pulled out, it just felt better once it was gone. The same thing with the bee sting, if you've ever had to pull a stinger out, the same feeling. And then once it's out, it's like, whew, okay. It's that same kind of thing. Quick transitions. Looking at Tuesday's energy, is that Page of Pentacles down here. New people, that's the other thing that's coming. But with the back end of the High Priestess, I would just be mindful that everybody's not going to be up to any good. So everybody that's showing friendly is not friendly. And there's a stroke of loyalty in here, and that is sitting on the Pentacles is probably where that's coming from. The dedication, commitment, somebody that's just not pulling their weight in something. That may come up this week. Again, with the High Priestess with her behind to you. You see, the front of her is about duplicity. Of people that are two-faced, as we used to say when I was little, but duplicity. You know, they saying one thing to you and turn around and tell somebody some other bullshit. That's there. Use your intuition with new people. And whatever standards or boundaries that you need to set, please set them. And because of retrograde, you may have to say it more than once. Don't be mad about having to say it more than once, just as long as they understand whatever boundaries or framework that you're setting up. You're not going outside of that, whoever that applies to. Get to Wednesday with the Six of Swords on top of the Nine of Cups. Some of you just may be dealing with somebody who's just an asshole. That's the best way. Yeah. And it may be time to put some distance between you and whoever this asshole is. And I'm saying asshole because they're lacking humility on something. And all of that down there bubbles up all this light, or dark, I'm sorry. All that light down here bubbles up all this dark with you. So you may be trying to cut ties with somebody who's just an asshole because they're arrogant in some form or fashion, either with their money or how they treat people, how they treat the opposite sex. They're just arrogant. The humility is not a part of their thing. So you may be trying to put some distance between you and that person, but that may be new information for you. And that also may be triggered by some of this Tower stuff. So just be mindful of that. Looking at Thursday's energy with the Two of Cups. Some of you have a new romance burbling somewhere. But you are kind of just to yourself on this. You know it. But you're not, that's the word, you're not nurturing it at all. You're not, that up there, because you over here doing this. And it may be because you're reluctant to get into anything new. Now, this is not going to resonate with everybody. Eat the fish, leave the bones. But it may be because you're not ready. But I wouldn't close the door on this just yet. I think how you're feeling right now is going to change. Once you figure out whatever it is that may be irking you about something, this is Hermit energy. Once you figure out what it is, this may look a little different to you. Whatever you're contemplating, besides romance, whatever other thing you're contemplating, maybe about yourself, your self-worth, your self-esteem, any of that, once you kind of crack that nut, this may look different. So while you may not be nurturing and, giving anybody lovey-dovey eyes, do your best to just kind of hang on to whatever's there without pushing it away. I guess I say it like that. We get to Friday looking at your centerpiece and your challenge for the next 6, 7, 8 days, 9 days. The Six of Coin on top of the Ace of Wands. Again, stay balanced. There are going to be some delays. That's the first part of that. So it's action. Wands and rods are action. That's that fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's about action. Okay, so retrograde. It's going to be some delays. It's going to be some fuck ups. Do your best to stay balanced and follow your intuition on that. But with that, you may feel like it's throwing a damper on what you're trying to do, but it really isn't. So if it's romantic something there, you may feel like the delay is taking you out of the race in some kind of way. I'm saying it the way it's coming out. It is not. It is not. So if you got to spend a day or 2 or 3 by yourself while somebody else is off doing whatever, continue to stay balanced, continue to take care of yourself, continue to follow your intuition. It's going to get you where you want to go. In this instance, the delay is definitely going to be your friend. So in that, you may be planning something to go somewhere and find out you can't do it this weekend, next weekend, whenever, next month, but you can do it the following weekend. So you may be kind of initially shaken that you got to wait an extra week, however that's resonating, but it's okay. Trust me. Because if you push through and try and force something, it's going to take you out of balance, and it's going to take the situation, it's going to change some dynamics, and that's not what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to do that. So do your best to just go with the flow. With retrograde energy, delays are to be expected. When we get to Sunday, or Monday, Tuesday, no, Saturday. Okay, sorry. Get to Saturday with the Four of Pentacles sitting on top of the Six of Pentacles. Again, you may be feeling kind of stagnated. Like, how come nothing is nothing? But do your best to help others. It's the Libra energy I was picking up earlier. Obviously, we're in Libra. But do your best to help others and just try to be self-sufficient for a hot second. It could be a thing where a partner may have to work extra hours. Yeah, it's retrograde energy. So don't feel like you just stuck on stupid. Things are happening, definitely. So in that energy, if you can help others, there's a way, somebody needs something you can do for somebody in your downtime, and just try to maintain for a hot second. All of this is temporary. All these little changes and behaviors and shit is temporary. When we get to Sunday, the Hermit with the Nine of Cups sitting on top, some of you may be dealing with a Virgo. They may want to isolate with you. I don't know how that's going. For some of you, it may be work-related. You may need to get together and collaborate, put some stuff together, however that's going. For others of you, it may be romantic. Doesn't have to be a Virgo. But maybe they have Virgo somewhere in their natal chart. Yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, they're trying to, yeah. And this might be a situation where discretion is required for a time. So it's up to you how you're going to handle this. But see, it's about consolidation on that side. But here, some of you may actually like whatever this is. Whatever little situation, you might like this new setup. It might be ideal. But the isolation part might be trying to get you over there in the corner. Just saying. It's good energy. If you can go with it, go with it. There's nothing, as long as you're not putting a lot of expectation on the end of it, it should go well. We get to the following Monday with the Ace of Wands sitting on top of the Seven of Cups. You may be doing some daydreaming. Maybe thinking about starting something. That leave it there. Don't actually put it into action. But you may be daydreaming about doing something extra. That could be work. It could be romantic. Something new, coming out of a new kind of situation. Whatever. Instead of just dating one person, you might be thinking about dating two. However that's resonating. I'm just throwing it up against the wall. But think about it. Don't put it into action just yet. Again, with the retrograde energy, you might not come up with the result you're looking for. You might actually end up with somebody trying to control you. So think about it, but I wouldn't do anything before November. At the end of this, the following Tuesday, with the Knight of Pentacles or coins on top of the World card, some of you may be feeling like you've been nowhere. Oh, I'm just at home. I can't go anywhere. You may be thinking about traveling. Maybe an offer to travel, especially with depending on where you are with coronavirus. It's locked down. You can't, but you may be making some future plans. Maybe for the end of the year. It's not bad. For most of you, many of you, this is the beginning either of a new situation or a new chapter in your current situation, depending on how that resonates. As always, with the Knowledge card or the World card, you may have to think your way through some situations, but yeah, y'all just out in the desert right now. It's just dry, and you are not being socially fed, and you don't like that. So you may have this conversation. It's good energy. If you're able to do something with a friend or a partner, it will definitely open a new chapter for you. However that's resonating. Let's see what the cards got. Listening. Goblins. Right on time with Halloween, right? Coming apart. Listen, let me start there. Whatever's going on around you, I'm going to just put it out there. I'm not going to attach it to anything. Whatever's going on around you, whatever situation, make sure you listen. It is Mercury retrograde. Let's just kick that about for a minute. So people are not saying what they mean. They're not meaning what they say, and probably a combination of the two. So listen, and I'd add to that, clarify. If it's something you're unsure about, don't walk away with clouds. Just clear up things. Get them at least as clear as you can for the time being. Coming apart, some of you, that energy is kind of here. This may be a new situation, and you are leaving another situation that's a little dry and dusty. I'm just saying. In order to get into this little conflagration, you may have to separate. And some of you may actually be starting an affair. Let me throw that out there. You may be getting ready to do just that. Not necessarily those of you that are married, but you may be in another situation, and an opportunity presents itself. Now, how you go about carrying on is another story. And how long you going to dilly-dally around with anybody. Make sure you're not trying to intentionally hurt anybody's feelings, because you don't want that karma on your butt. I'm just saying. But that's the coming apart energy. Goblins, with the retrograde, you may be well, and this runs the gamut from dreams to exits. You may have some dreams like, the hell? What was I dreaming about that shit for? Or however that's going, could be some X's, some goblins trying to pop back up. And X's and O's, you know how that goes. So just be mindful. In other news, this could be the technology. You're dealing with the goblins and the gremlins just all up in your shit. All of a sudden your internet just snaps off. Cable don't work, whatever. Hulu, Guru, whatever, off. Just everything just blinks out. Again, energy is temporary. Just like the seasons summer don't last all year. It's temporary. Don't get too upset about it. It is Mercury retrograde. What's more important? That's about your self-esteem. It's what's on the inside. Be open to different. However this is resonating with you, just figure out what's more important. If it's the visual, I'll say that. If it's how something looks, if that's important to you, or if it's what's on the inside, whatever. Just figure out what's important to you. Once you can clarify what's more important to you, not to anybody else, it'll clear up, temporarily, it'll clear up the fog. Now, just be mindful, that ain't going to be no long-term situation. But be open to different. You may be in a rut, where it's stagnation. Right there, again, feeling like you're just stuck. Maybe your partner's got other obligations, that whole thing. Just kind of be open to different, self-empowering other people. Helping somebody else, doing something of service for somebody else. Anyway, that is it, Taurus. That is your weekly update. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.